myself reflections of my mind. It's just the kind of day to leave myself behind. So gently swaying through the fairyland of love. If you'll just come with me and see the beauty of Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday afternoon.
Visit New South Wales, home to Australia's most iconic destinations. Dick Lake, Hooker Park, Glory Hole Cave, Rooty Hill, and of course, Kumboogle Kumbane. It's also home to the last remaining coalition government on the continent, which is why here at the New South Wales government, we are utterly shitting ourselves about the coming election. New South Wales, first stolen in 1788, this was once a small penal colony racked by shitfuckery. Today, thanks to us, it's a thriving modern state racked by shitfuckery. Need to create a cushy job for yourself once you quit politics? Rort bushfire funds for political gain? Arrest peaceful protesters? Or sick the anti-terror police onto a pesky journo? Come to New South Wales and visit Deniliquin, the perfect getaway when you're being summoned by a parliamentary inquiry into backroom deals with dodgy developers. Speaking of which, don't miss our native forests and wildlife, except you probably will, because by weakening land clearing laws to help dodgy developers, we've destroyed so much of them, we've made it into the top list of deforestation hotspots, alongside the Congo and the Amazon. Did that at least boost our economy? Nope. Our state forestry is losing millions, which means we're making people here pay to destroy their own native forests. We also made them pay for other cock-ups of ours, like ferries too tall for our bridges, trains too wide for our tunnels, trams too cracked to work, and ships too full of COVID to disembark. But we said YOLO. We also sold off their roads, ports, poles, wires, buses, TAFE, public housing, even their land titles office. And yet we still tripled our budget deficit, because we're good economic managers. But when it comes to selling out New South Wales, nothing beats our climate policy. Remember that time a lump of coal brought this piece of shit into Parliament? We thought that was so based, we pulled off the same stunt in our Parliament the next day. Not so New South Wales. That didn't age so well. So ever since then, we've been working hard to rebrand ourselves as climate leaders. But the truth is, we approved 16 new coal mines during our last term alone. And if re-elected, we're due to approve 8 more, including this one, run by a company that just got busted for endemic corruption across Africa. So they'll fit in fine here in New South Wales. But our biggest fuck you goes out to the regional communities we claim to champion. That's why Matt just gave Santos approval to enter their farms without permission. Visit the Liverpool Plains, the perfect spot for a pipeline no one here fucking wants, carrying coal seam gas mined from our last great inland forest right under the food bowl of the state by a company that's already been fined for contaminating aquifers with uranium. What could go wrong? When you put all this together, you might be thinking of not voting for us at the coming election. Thankfully, New South Wales is the only state in Australia where preferential voting is optional, which is great for us, because preferential voting is what got all those not shit candidates elected at the last federal election. So don't use it here, because if enough of you vote 1 for the not shit candidates running in this election, and then number every box, putting the shit candidates last, not only could New South Wales end up with a not shit government, you'd also kick the coalition off the continental map of Australia. And we wouldn't want that now, would we? Visit New South Wales before we sell out what's left of it. Authorised by the Department for 12 years of corruption, bullshit and dead koalas.
Thank you to all our patrons for making the Honest Government ads possible, especially our patron producers. If you want to help us keep governments honest, you can do so at patreon.com/The Juice Media, or you can grab some merch from our store. You'll find all the links in the video description.
Gotta love that.
That was a new version. They noticed. They noticed that was a new opener. It
Yeah.
was. I love the dinosaur.
Yeah, and I gotta shout out Popeye the Sailor Man. He's pointing out my
Popeye.
bad eye today, in the thing. This one right
Oh, no.
here. I want to show everybody. Yeah, that's my bad eye. It's got something on it, and they said, well, you can go in and have it taken off, but it's okay as long as you can get through the day. That way they're not.
Oh,
poking
I
in
think
your eye.
everybody's got one eye that's like droopier than the other, but is it like a sty?
I don't know when they
Oh,
stop.
I've got a couple. I always get styes because I wear makeup.
when they stop when I start eating spinach and saying Popeye, then we'll have to do
Popeye
something.
was one of my favorite cartoon characters of being a kid. It truly
violent,
was.
so violent.
But I loved it. We loved it. Me and my little brother, we absolutely loved it. We begged for spinach. You know, Mom, can I have a can of spinach? I want to be like Popeye. Manitalk, thank you so much. Stop the WEF and organize ASAP. I agree.
Yeah, you couldn't. Yeah, you're going to get 100% agreement with us on that. I mean, organizing's where it's at, and we got a couple of segments in here that reemphasize.
We got a lot of segments.
Yeah, that emphasizes how corrupt everything is, and you know it's just got to be terrible. You know, everything's just shitty. We got some fair use going on, and if you don't see your name in the little ticker at the bottom,
I need to
on the
update
card,
mine. I've
yeah,
been
we
so
need to get the
lazy
tickers
this last
going
week.
so we can make sure we show everybody the same love that they give us. I really appreciate it so much, and yeah. So how was your week, Shanda? Did you get through it okay?
I had a busy week. The way I'm doing my shows now is like I just get a show done and boom, I got to turn around and, you know, I'm working on another show. So it seems like I never stop. And then I got Hunter, my granddaughter, this weekend. So I'm having fun. Tomorrow we'll hopefully get outside. You know, she was cooped in today while I wrote today's show, but she's fun. She's 10, so it's fun times.
Good. You want?
I made them some candy, so they're all eating candy.
Well,
right now.
that's good. You know, you don't want to get them all diabetic too soon. So give them a little bit at a time. Say hi to everybody. Farron bounces.
Hi,
in the house.
everybody. I see Farron's hanging out. Hi, Farron. Farron says, yay. You can see super chats. You have a great show, you two. Thank you, Farron. Yeah, we can see super chats. I don't know what was up a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if it was us or if it was them. What the hell?
Well, blame them.
Hey, gamer.
Blame them.
Yeah, we'll blame them. We'll blame them.
All the time.
What do you guys think of the new opener? You like it? It seemed like it was a little loud, so it was kind of distorted to me, but that just might have been in studio. I don't know.
I think that was in studio. I'll check it on the replay, but no, Linda killed it. I think she did a great job.
The dinosaur is super cute.
Yeah,
super cute.
Linda really knocked it out of the park, and
Lightning
we
rod.
appreciate everything Linda
SF.
does.
Hi, SFT.
She's doing the yum yums, and it's just great. So yeah, go ahead and shout out the chat. So
Pyramid 7's hanging out over on the YouTube's court. Kate's hanging out there. Oh, we love it. Let's see. Of course, Farron's hanging out. Patty in NYC. Hey, Patty. How's NYC? How is it? Is it spring yet? Go Start. Hi, Go Start. Al Walski, thank you so much for hitting my PayPal this week. That's always such a wonderful treat when I'm completely broke and somebody drops it, you know. Hey, here's this will cover cat food, or here, this will cover, you know, a Restream account or something.
Are we
So
down
thank
to
you
eating
so
cat
much.
food yet, or is it next month?
Next month, it's coming, and we're going to talk about that. We got a lot of you guys. I got to tell you, it was impossible to write today's show just because there's so much fucking shit out there right now, and it's because they want you just completely brain is scrambled like eggs, not paying attention to what's really going on. So they're just like throwing stuff at you, and we kept bumping stuff off the deck all day, and I already have Tuesday's show half wrote. That's how much crap's going down.
Yeah,
so.
you don't miss out on anything that we brought because we like to bring, you know, delicate morsels and things like that. So Shanda just kicks it to the next show, something that can hold. But any breaking,
hey Steve, long time.
Any breaking news, we're right on it, obviously.
We used to when we used to do the morning shows. Actually, now that I'm doing a morning show again, I notice I'm right back at the beginning of the news. Just depend on what time you do your show is where you're at the news cycle.
Yeah, I know. I just we scooped old Jimmy on a couple of stories on Friday for Saturday, which was great because he came on at 1. But you know,
Yeah, he's been coming on earlier for sure.
it's you know, when you say scoop on people, you don't really, because they're going to get it in the news feed all day. But we hope we bring a couple of things that is a little different. Quick shout out to the Rumbles. Hi everybody
Rumble.
over at Rumble. We've got Kate's over at Rumble. Oh my God, Shanda, we got 160 people on Rumble watching us. So
We're gonna have to throw those velvet ropes up some
yeah,
point.
that's a magnification of 10, but you know,
These are
still.
VIPs that are here
They're
now.
great.
So we're
If you,
good.
while you're over on the Rumble, if you could hit that thumbs up, that'll help us scurry up the ladder. You know what I did this week, Shanda?
What's up?
I had a request to
that's
do
nice.
a thumbnail, a logo type thing for one of our very own, Kamshwari Kate.
I heard. I haven't seen it yet.
And here it is. There it is. It's for
Oh, it's beautiful.
Cafe Shantosa with Kate and Sarah. She gave me permission to promote this and show this artwork off, and I really appreciate it. It's to quote Kate, it's just a Sarah and Kate talking and eating something. Sarah is a trained professional chef. She has had several restaurants. She now works in private homes and creates glamorous dinner parties for penthouse and mansions in Vancouver. Wow. Talk about knocking it out of the park. That is wonderful. And we wish you all the luck in the world with your venture
What are
there,
you
Kate.
doing?
We
I don't know.
really
You gotta come this
appreciate
way.
it.
That's fine.
And let me see if I can find out. Let me drop the link here. I hope I can drop the link in the thing here there. Kate.
Oh, it's beautiful. You did great work, and I'm excited. I can't wait to listen.
Yeah,
Kate,
it's
women
really
in independent media. That's how we do it.
I really got to tell you, it was a very pleasant conversation. I have, I think they're just going to do great together. They both have great voices, and it's a variety of subject matter. They talk about vegan stuff and gardening and of course
Gardening.
chef work.
That's
So,
my thing.
really do hope you are successful. Hi Hunter, how are you?
She had to drop in and say hi real fast.
Hi Hunter.
Say hi.
Hi.
So yeah, that's great, and thanks again,
Oh,
Kate.
sports
It was an honor to do that
Well, you
for
can
you.
watch on the TV out there. What is going on?
Such an
Why
honor.
am I not there?
Oh, we got. I want to go over here.
You want to shout out the Rockfin real fast? I'm trying to find my link tree for you guys all in the chat.
Crone of
The
Heresy.
QR codes for all of our stuff.
Crone of Heresy says she likes the old version better.
I like the.
I like them both.
I like them both.
I like
Yeah,
them
I like them
both.
both.
What do you like about the old version there, Crone of Heresy? Is it that they're dancing together, two of them?
Make weird faces.
Two of them dancing together. Anyway, we got Snorky over there with the Super Ray.
Yeah, thank you. Get the
Appreciate it.
snark.
Melvin Fartwink
They
for
can't tell I'm
President
here, but I am here.
2024 campaign test. Melvin Fartwink. I like that. I think that's a more qualified candidate than we have, of course, over here. So, but anyway, that's a beautiful thumbnail. And if you want any improvements to it, Kate, I'll do my best to try. But those pictures are terrific. So Kate and Sarah, Cafe Santosia. Let's see.
Can we shout out the Rockfin real fast? We haven't got a chance to shout out the Rockfin. I've been trying to get logged into my link tree for some reason.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
hit
letting
the
me
Super
in.
Rays, but I didn't call out all the folks over there. So
Oh, I got in. I think I got in.
You got
Yay,
in,
sure.
You got in. You got in. You got in. Okay.
Been a while.
I've got some stuff going in behind me too. So there we go. Okay, Dharma. Dharma's coming in to show us.
I just dropped our link tree. Our link tree has some really cool stuff on it. Actually, I believe it still has a hot link over to our merch store, which has been hanging out for a couple of years. I don't advise buying any of it, but you
Yeah.
can go look at the crazy designs. And let's see, there's a bunch of stuff. Our Patreons, our PayPals, Oz's Patreon, and some links to some cool stuff. Joey's Coffee's link is over there
Oh
too.
yeah. And
You
if
wanted
those
Joey's
links,
coffee,
yeah,
so.
if those links don't work, and
They
what-
do. I check them from time to time. I
what we're
just checked
gonna
them a
what
couple
we're gonna
days ago.
try and do, everybody, is we're trying to not necessarily use a merch store. We're just for the coffee and everything. We want to do it from the land
Yeah,
of
just
Oz.
send it. So, yeah,
We
send
want
us
to be able to
message.
send it from here, so that's what we're working for. So it's not going to be shipped through a third party, and they're not going to take a big cut or anything. We're just going to do it ourselves because
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
We just give it away to everybody. Everybody's got their freaking hand out, man. Since
Yeah.
we had to actually start a business because we became a YouTube channel, I'm just scratching my head. It's tax time. everybody gets a huge fucking percentage. We get the least percentage of all of it at the end of the day.
and we're in it for the money, you know.
Right, we're in it for the money. Yeah.
No, we want to stay afloat so we can bring
We're-
these
yeah, we
fun,
gotta
fun
stay
little
afloat.
shows and promote things like shows like Cafe
Cafe.
Santosia and anything else you guys got going on. So if you do have something that you'd like us to promote on the show, send it to us so we can figure out how we want
Aram.
to put it in.
Hi, Aram.
Hey, Aram, what's going on? Steve Wolfbrandt, one of my favorite shows.
Hi,
love you
Steve.
guys. We love you too, Steve. How's the leg doing,
Ronnie.
Steve?
Hi, Ronnie Cram.
How you feeling?
Yeah,
Steve?
how you feeling?
How you feeling, Steve?
Fred Edwards. Fred Edwards hanging out.
Fred, thanks for sharing us around. Thank you, everybody, for sharing us around on the Twitter today. I think I got more,
Yeah, we appreciate
I
it.
got more shares today than I normally do, and I
Well,
really appreciate that. We're
we do
not
appreciate it.
promoting the YouTube so much over there anymore because they slapped us down so hard last
They
week.
slap us every week. Every week
Yeah,
they slap us for
yeah,
something new.
it's-
Like
it's-
bam, bam, bam,
yeah,
bam.
and
We
it's
just
nothing-
recovered from a
yeah,
freaking they backhand us.
Nothing malicious. It's just that they wanted the outro that I used, which is a cover, which was covers. They
you
wanted
pay.
money for it, and it's like, we don't have any money. Well, you need to take it down or get permission.
You guys
Yeah.
take all our money. I can't give
We
you
don't
any
have money,
more.
So you, but we did promote your music, and it was good, and you were in the rundown. That's the best we can
Right.
do. What we got behind me? We got Barbie and Oz there.
You
or-
brought this, so I don't know. Explain it to me. 'Cause
I
I'm
don't, I
confused.
don't get it. I just thought it was kind of cool because I've been trying to find good Barbie memes that I can actually reface us on. And
Okay.
this is how modern life has mutated the human body in 50 years. Junk food linked to mental illness. I'll buy that. Household chemicals lead to respiratory conditions. Abso-frickin-loosely. Ask Sister Amber about that. Sodas inflate the testicles. I don't know about that. Bad diet linked to blindness. I understand that is the case. Have you heard that too?
Mm-hmm.
I have the sugar and everything else. Sugar,
Yeah.
yeah. High fructose corn syrup is the devil, poison. Toxic chemicals lead to gut issues.
Devil.
Yep, and personal care products linked to infertility. And methylparabens in these personal care products, which is a preservative, can really
So bad.
screw
I know.
you up. And I think Snorky might know a little bit about that as well as many of you in the chats. So that's kind of like my PSA for tonight. Now, today they had a rally in D.C., anti-war rally. I want to give them kudos and everybody who showed up there. But there's
There was a lot of people there. A lot.
there's a lot of people there, and I'm glad, and I'm
glad too.
want them to keep doing this. So we really glad they had the success that I think we're viewing of getting people on the streets, and really appreciate all those folks out there.
Yeah,
and,
I appreciate anybody who is out there just standing for peace, man. Stand for peace.
I looked at some of the I watched some of the speeches that people were having. They were heartfelt and to the point and right on. So let's have more of these.
Yeah, I
things.
listened to a bunch of speeches today.
Did they
too.
have
were good.
they had
I
one-
listened to Medea Benjamin too, as she was getting heckled by a bunch of Ukrainian supporters.
Yeah, they had a pretty good sized one in L.A. too, I think.
Yeah, I heard that.
And did Sister Amber do one in Seattle today, or is that something else that she's?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I heard anything about one in Seattle.
Okay, you brought an interesting engineering.
Well, I just wanted you to know that Ray Kurzweil is famous for making predictions that have actually became true, and he says humans will achieve immortality in 7 years. So you only got to hold on 7 more years, and then you can have mortality. If you're rich.
If you
you're
can
rich.
buy it,
That's
right?
the caveat. If you're rich.
But for a mortality question, there's a moral question. Do you really want more immortality? Do you really?
I know
want
that is the question, right? Do you want to live forever? I mean, that is truly the question.
No.
I don't know. We romanticize it as a culture, as humanity, I think, because we watch some of these movies like the vampires, or it's charming to live forever. Highlander, I mean, God, that guy
Yeah.
was gorgeous after five centuries, right?
Yeah, and
Like we romanticize it. So, but I think at the end, you can only do so many years of watching mortals die. So unless everybody's immortal.
yeah. Does that include our four-legged friends? I would love to extend the
I
life
know, God,
life
right.
of some of our
No, my
four-legged
poor
friends.
pets.
But
Yeah.
there's a lot of questions there that you.
Hey,
have
good
to ask
news though.
yourself.
I've been doing a lot of near-death experience research lately. Don't ask me why. I don't even know why. I'm not even looking for anything. But A lot of them say that their pets are on the other side when they get there.
I'm hoping.
And I'm like,
so.
oh, good, because the church has always told me that animals don't go to heaven. They don't have souls, right? So
Thank you.
I'm
Very
glad
little.
to hear they're on the other side.
Yeah, I am too. I've had some great partners in life, and
Right.
I'd
Yeah,
love
me
to,
too. Me
love
too.
To, love to be with them in the infinity.
And I got to believe their energy is somewhere else. Because
I popped
so
this
pure.
one ahead. We lost another actor this week, another person. Lance Reddick from The Wire, John Wick stars, dies at 60 and died suddenly once again. I actually got tuned into Lance watching Fringe back in the day, one of my favorite science fiction series ever. And from what I understand, Lance was a really good guy. I mean, he wasn't,
Yeah,
he
I've
wasn't,
heard
a,
that
wasn't a
too.
prick like a lot of them that come out of Hollywood. So I thought that it would be nice if we just recognized his passing at such a young age, at 60. Again,
Suddenly,
yeah.
so sad.
Yeah, I don't even want to go there, but rest in peace, Lance. So you entertained, and from everything I've read, you're a pretty stand-up human being, and you will be missed, like so many of our sisters and brothers out there. But if you know,
We all die.
We all get our turn in the barrel, as my parents have said.
To go over the falls. Yeah.
Yeah, you go.
You got to go back up, please. There you
Back
go.
up. There you are.
There you
Okay.
go, back
we
up.
got this one right here now.
This was a holdover from last week. And if you remember last week's series, remember they were all talking about, I'm a liar, I'm a liar. They were all sitting around the table talking about how they're a liar. Well, now they're at Liars Anonymous. So I had to bring
Oh, this has got to be good. Okay, here we go.
Liars Anonymous?
Nope.
Is anybody sitting here?
Yes! All right, everybody. Now that we're all here, let's begin. I'm Nancy, and I'll be leading this group. Hillary, shut up. It's Nancy.
Hello, everybody. I'm Nancy.
No, I'm Nancy.
I'll be leading this group.
No, I thought she was
Let's
Nancy.
introduce ourselves.
Well, my name's Jeff. I'm 43, and I'm a Calvin Klein underwear model.
All right. Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah.
Hillary, would you like to share?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, Hillary.
Well, my name is Nancy. I'm an Instagram model and the President of the United States.
Thanks, Hillary. Oh, looks like we have a new member. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm not new. I've been coming here for years.
Okay. What's your name?
Bill?
Okay, so for our first exercise, I want everybody in the room to say something that isn't a lie. Joe, we'll start with you.
I didn't get 81 million votes.
Good.
I got 82 million.
Oh, you were so close, Joe. Hillary, would you like to go next?
I
Yes.
am not the president.
Good job.
I'm the queen.
Well, at least you're making progress.
Can I go next?
Sure, Adam. Go right ahead.
I'm
Yes?
not
Come on, Adam. You can do this.
wearing a pizza shirt.
All right, guys. I need to ask you all a question. And I don't want you to lie.
Okay.
Is this group helping you?
Of course it is. You're a great teacher. Yeah, you're really helping me. Sorry I'm late, everybody. I was tied up. Let's start today's session.
Oops. I thought this was AA.
I don't think it'd help. I really,
that one was
I
cute.
really don't think it would help at all. So,
United Spot. They keep us giggling.
this is good. I love these memes. This is great.
Oh yeah, watching season 3 of Build Back Better. Yeah, it's been a dumpster fire. And a man who accidentally left 300,000 guns for the Taliban gives a lecture on gun control.
Yeah, we live in the opposite world. I think
we do.
I forgot to mention I'm considering. What do you think of this idea? Having a Twilight Zone segment for Beauty and the Boomer.
Do 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 do.
Yeah.
I say we do it. Let's do it in Nora colors too. Like we did a Nora show once and it looked really great visually. So I think we should do it.
Yeah, we'll do a black and white.
Let's do a black and white.
We should
Heck
have
yeah.
that coming up pretty soon. That would help
Okay.
help me out too.
I'm down. I'm
what
down.
do you got here? What's this? When the elites?
This is a flashback. This is a flashback to just how giddy they were to lock us down.
I just wanted to read. There's an answer to this.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Tony. He was my mentor, so I'm going to have to let him speak.
The small print here, it's really small print. In states with evidence of community transmission, bars, restaurants, food courts, gyms, and other indoor and outdoor venues where groups of people congregate should be closed.
So, Mr. President, are you telling governors in those states then to close all their restaurants?
Well, we haven't said that yet.
That was good. They were freaking happy to be locking us down, and Trump was just like, "Okay, let's do this.
Let's try out fascism and see how that works out." We know it's not going to go over well, and they were pleasantly surprised, weren't they?
Yeah,
oh
they?
My God in heaven! Well, I'm pleasantly surprised to watch all this news this week. The French obviously have guts over there.
Vive la France,
and
man.
Vive la France, man. I mean, they are just calling Macron everything but by his proper name.
And he's acting exactly what they're calling him.
Yeah, I read today that
He made protesting illegal today.
Yeah,
didn't he?
yeah. What is
in
that?
France? Good luck with that.
What does that mean? What does it mean when somebody makes activism or protesting illegal? Canada? That's not.
That's an F word.
Oh, that's the F word. Well,
it could be an F word or a D word.
Yeah.
Faites attention, ça peut exploser.
Up with the head.
Yeah, so he's using something in the French Constitution that he can rule by
Emergency
decree.
Powers Act, like they all do. We saw Chicken Shit Trudeau do this shit already. I mean, they all invoked that Emergency Act.
Yeah, the only emergency is that he's trying to screw the people, raising the Social Security, their Social Security age from 62 to 64. And in this country, when both parties pulled that shit here, everybody was asleep. And now
they premiered Stranger Things that week, so we were busy.
That must have been it. It had to be it.
We were too busy.
Either
We
that
don't
or
care.
it was a new season of The Voice. I don't know what the hell it was, but everybody's
That too.
asleep. What's you brought a little movie here. What is this all?
Well, this is a holdover from some other show. I don't know, but this is what is it? UK Coke? Is that what it's called?
I don't know. It's not
UK Cocaine. I think. Then you'll see the name on it. It's a cartoon.
All right, let's try it.
Just the beginning.
That was pretty scary because they're actually doing that. They're grabbing people off the streets and forced enlistment. Is that what's going on?
I hear that. We're hearing that they're making, older, and I'm definitely hearing that. I've seen some reports of that. I mean, I don't know for sure, but that's what I'm hearing.
Wow.
And yeah, Jim, you got a point. The French didn't hit the streets when they stuck them with a mRNA.
Yeah, they were bullshit
Right.
like everybody else, I guess.
Everybody got duped by the big machine,
Yeah,
right?
and I'm running into more people that are suffering. Was it you I was telling? They should put that Trump derangement syndrome into the medical journals as a standalone.
It will be someday.
It has
will
to be a
someday.
standalone because people have lost their minds. The critical thinking is in the toilet. Kimber Maddox, Pramila Jayapal asked if she believes it is time to free Julian Assange during last night's Seattle town hall. Dirtbag leftists said, despicable. These people are not allies. They are not the best we got. There is no we with them. They are the enemy. They are what we are fighting against. No shit. That is exactly. These congressional representatives are not representing the public. Just remember that. And if you can prove that theory wrong, I think it's a fact. So take your best shot. I got to tell you.
All right.
We're going to try and get through the whole deck tonight, so we don't have to take anything out. So we're picked up the pace, and that's mainly on me because I'm the one that piles all the shit in here. What is this?
Oh, Harris, of course, she made the rounds this week. So yeah, let's hear from the future first lady.
Oh, you're scaring me.
The future first lady, right?
First president, yeah.
First president.
He is a true partner, and he understands the job. And remember, we came in during the height of the pandemic. Yes. And so much of the work was about, okay, we've got to cover a lot of bases, and let's figure out how between us we can do it. But he is an extraordinary leader, and I wish that people could see what I see.
Disabled and non-disabled all around the world, I call on you to commit to concrete actions to stop the destruction of this magnificent planet. This conference is one of the most important meetings in history. You.
Oh, wow, I didn't see you all up there.
God.
Holy mackerel, don't jump. But my focus is just stay focused.
And I wish that people could see what I see.
Are you blind? Are you blind?
Apparently. You know, yesterday, I was driving down the road and I had a car in front of me that was just covered in Biden-Harris bumper stickers. And then one big bumper sticker on the base of it that said, "Evolve now." And then it turned into the mental health facility in our town. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's fitting.
Perfect. Perfect.
Like, wow.
You brought this meme, right?
There's a war ongoing outside. No man is safe from. Yeah, all you can do is look up.
Yeah, and then I crammed this one in here today. All these presidents are responsible for all these wars of aggression, this imperialism. So don't hang it just on the current administration, because you got Carter, you got Clinton, you got Bush Sr., you got Bush Jr., you got Obama. And anyway, Richard said, Joe Biden says the report of $1 million payment from a Chinese energy firm to his family is not true. Someone should tell him that his own son already admitted that it was true.
He did.
Leader of the free world. Is that true? Did Hunter admit that?
Yes, he admitted it. Yes, he basically admitted by filing suit, is my understanding. So he's admitting everything on there is real by throwing a fit about it.
So the main shit media is going to brush it under the table and not.
Well, they're going to continue to, and the Republicans are going to keep coming after this. So, look at how long it's taken for them to come after Trump for all these things that we're going to talk about eventually. But and Biden will be the same way. It's going to, he'll probably be out of office and they'll still be trying to come up with shit.
Yeah, and they're not going to be able to do a damn thing.
And nothing will ever stick. These guys are Teflon, man.
Got another United spot here.
This one's funny.
Buddy?
Oh, shit.
Hey, Tucker!
What are you guys doing here?
Hey, we were in the neighborhood and thought we'd come by and say hello. Hi!
Hi.
That was some show you put on last night. Wasn't it a good show, Chuck?
Yeah, my favorite part is when you called us all liars.
Yeah, that was my favorite part, too.
Well, I'm glad you liked the show. Speaking of the show, I've got to get ready to do part 2.
Well, you see, that's why we're here.
Yeah, you're not going to do the show tonight. What? Tucker, why do you think we're all liars? Look, guys, I'm just a guy who reads a script.
And I'm just a guy with a 7% approval rating who keeps getting reelected.
Guys, I don't want any problems, okay?
Well, you're not going to have any problems, buddy.
Well, that's good to hear.
Because you're not doing the show.
I got to do my show. It's my job.
And this is our job.
I can't help you. I got to do my show.
You see, Tucker, we've spent many years controlling the narrative, and we're not going to let some news reporter from Fox News screw it up.
I can't help you. I got to do my show.
Well, you don't really have a choice.
What?
You look stressed, Tucker. You want something that'll relax you?
No thanks. I'm fine.
What's that? You've got information on Hillary Clinton? Oh, I can't believe this is happening.
What are you talking about?
You want us to write the note for you?
What?
Oh, I can't believe he's gone.
Help! Somebody help!
We did everything we could. Oh, I can't believe he's gone. This is all Trump's fault. Now he's not going to be Somebody help! Help! That's a shame.
When art imitates reality, you know you're screwed right there.
Yeah. If Tucker has an accident, there's going to be some people asking questions.
God.
Would be my take.
Gee whiz! You brought Greta here.
Greta. So Greta Thunberg reportedly deletes 2018 tweets claiming climate change will wipe us all of humanity out by 2023. Well, I'm glad she figured it out. She had needed to delete it.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. Yeah, going after Greta. I love this meme. This meme is perfect. Rich people, poor people, the government. Yeah, they're just sucking it right out of our mouths. And Greta in 2065, we only have 1 month to save the world.
Well, I don't know if we're going to make it that far the way things are going. Oh, yeah. We covered that. Where you been there, Meteor Dreams? Yeah, we covered the Answer Coalition, at least as much as we could.
I'll be covering it more on Tuesday because by then I'll have chance to grab all the videos.
The data came in really, it's been coming in all day, but we pre-produce the show and we start early. Well, we start the show we work on all week, and then Saturday morning we have to wrap it up by noon. Otherwise, we wouldn't be ready for tonight. So yes, we did. We had a backsplash, and we talked about it, and we were glad.
It was a beautiful turnout.
Yeah, it was a great turnout, beautiful day, everything, and we want more. So there you go.
I want more.
Thanks for the super chat there, Meteor Dreams, very much. What do we got here?
Hi, P Stuff. I see you hanging out over in the trailer park. This is, I don't know who Fiat Food is, but these two FBI agents showed up at their job to talk to them about their Twitter posts criticizing Pfizer's pharmaceutical corporation. Yes, this actually effing happened to me yesterday right here in New York State. I have seen the video. It did actually happen. And I think the statement was something like, all big pharmas Pfizer needs exterminated. And they were like, what do you mean by that? And they're like, well, you can't exterminate something that doesn't fucking exist. Like, it's not a person. Like, you tell me if I'm threatening somebody, it's an inanimate object. I mean, this is what they're wasting our trained fucking FBI agents on. And so just know if you say anything, that you could have them knocking on your door.
Yeah, they're already getting our digital papers ready for us. So
oh yeah,
better do that. I brought this just to compare Biden with Trump, just to remind everybody.
Ugh.
But I've got to tell you, nobody in history has gotten us closer to World War III than Joe Biden. Does that count for something in your mind, Shanda?
Yeah, but you know what? Trump laid the groundwork. I mean, so did Obama. It's like each one puts another brick in the wall, right? All in all, it's another brick in the wall. So I can't just say it's just Biden, because if Trump wouldn't have armed everybody like he fucking did and, gone full on sell the military and inflate the military, Biden wouldn't have this big ass military to freaking be unleashing, and Obama and freaking Clinton and Bush, and I mean it goes on. Another brick in the wall.
I'll say again, if Hillary would have been in 2016,
we would have been there sooner.
So but Biden's in charge now, and he's responsible for this, and nobody in history has brought us closer than Joe Biden to World War III. Just keep that in mind. I got to tell you, you brought this. You brought a JP. We didn't have JP last week, so this is going to be nice. What's this about?
This is about the Silicon Valley banks.
All right, let's give JP a listen. See how he goes. Hi, Kelly.
Hanging out.
Yeah, Meteor Dreams. Franco. Oh, good. Franco was there. Good. He was.
Yeah, I watched a Franco video. Franco did like a 2-hour feed. I saw it. I watched it.
Did he interview anybody?
I really didn't see that because I kind of fast forward through.
I would like to
end,
hear
so
some of the people's motivations. I hope we get some stuff for Tuesday.
I did watch Medea Benjamin. She did great, even though she was getting heckled the whole effing time.
Of course, there's always hecklers out there, no matter who you're there with. All right, here we go. JP, kill it.
Say no more. I'm convinced. So, with this bank collapse that we're not allowed to worry about, what actually happened? Well, a lot of people and businesses had their money in Silicon Valley Bank. And a lot of people also invested their money in SVB stock. Oh yeah, just last month I saw the very reliable financial expert Jim Cramer recommend that people invest in SVB. So I did. Oh, well, you probably shouldn't have done that. I wasn't not gonna invest, he recommended it. Plus, I kind of had to. I lost a lot of money after investing in FTX, so I had to do something to rebuild my portfolio. Why'd you invest in FTX? Jim Cramer recommended that one too. Asset allocation. Smart move, because he's on TV, so he probably knows what he's talking about. Per his recommendation, maybe I should see if I can still get in on FTX and SBV. Back to what happened with the bank collapse. Yeah, so with a lot of people holding their savings at SBV, the bank then used their money to make investments for the bank to profit off of. How does that work? It's brilliant. You give the bank your money, and then they invest your money, and then the bank keeps all the profit, and you maybe get your money back. Do you get any of the profit? No. That's just for the bank because it was your money they invested. And the bank doesn't assume any risk? No. You put up all the risk and the bank assumes all the reward. Sounds like a fair deal. Yeah, with normal investments, you have to assume both the risk and the reward. But with banking, they take the burden of carrying the reward off your shoulders. Sounds like a win-win for them. But in the case with SBF, you mean SBV? Same thing. But this time, SBV made a bad investment. That combined with the Fed hiking the interest rates made their investment worthless. So they lost the money they invested. But then can't people just go withdraw their money from the bank? Nope. SBV lost their money because it was their money SBV invested. They lost it. Well, good thing it was the customers putting up all the risk, because otherwise SBV would have lost a lot of their own money. Yeah.
I'm confused.
Basically, don't take advice from TV on your investments would be my.
Yeah, Kramer's been getting his ass beat all day long. I think
week long. He deserves it.
Due Dissidence just railed him today. I think I saw over on Due Dissidence.
You think he'd stop after a while,
Keaton
right?
and Russell had a little fun pulling his arms off. Well, you brought this one.
I love this one. So, top 20 things no woman should wear after 30. Okay, here we go, ladies. So, untested jetpacks, meat tunic in a feral dog country, twigs super glued to the body in the shape of a dress. Yeah, that would hurt. High heels if you're gonna get chased in a horror movie. A deer costume in the woods during hunting season. Shirt made of wasps. Oh yeah, that's probably not a good idea. Full suit of armor in a pool. Fake bomb vest at an airport. Yeah, you're not even allowed to say that. Necklace made of human ears. A sampler of endangered animal skins. Yeah, that's not a good one. A cursed amulet. Yeah, that always turns out bad. A mohair sweater that is currently on fire. Police uniform that you stole from a police officer. The One Ring. I never wear the One Ring.
I want that.
Anything covered in chum.
Ew.
Fur accessories such as live pet hyenas. Yeah. Glitter eyeshadow that contains, what is it?
Body pheromones. Bodify pheromones. Yeah.
That's funny. I swear I don't have any modified pheromones in my glitter eyeshadow. Loafers that are actually just dead seagulls you jammed your feet into.
Ooh, uncomfortable.
Ew. A leaky backpack full of cream of mushroom soup and booty shorts with military secrets written on the butt.
Yeah.
So those are things you should not wear after 30, ladies.
Yeah, keep that in mind. I don't know. I might try the backpack full of cream of mushroom soup. That might be.
Oh, I've already done the booty shorts with military secrets on the butt.
Yeah, so what are we doing? We picking on Gretchen tonight? What the hell?
Oh, Gretchen. I love her sweater.
There's no justification for any violence under any circumstances,
Oh,
but
it's
I
a
do want
botfly
to
pheromone.
explore a little bit with you the effectiveness of your lockdowns. Michigan was one of the last states to lift a cap on public gatherings in June of 2021. By comparison, Florida lifted its cap in September of 2020. But the death rate for Florida from June of 20 to June of 21 was 39.6 per 100,000. The death rate for Michigan was 97.3 per 100,000, so more than double. Hindsight's 2020, but looking back and looking at some of these numbers, do you think you overreacted?
If I could go back in a time machine with all the knowledge we've accumulated, would I do some things differently? Absolutely.
But I mean in terms of lockdown.
In terms of, there were moments where we, had to make some decisions that in retrospect don't make a lot of sense, right?
No shit.
If you went into the hardware store, you could go in the hardware store, but we didn't want people, all congregating around the gardening supplies. People said, oh, she's outlawed seeds. It was February in Michigan. No one was planting anyway. But that being said, some of those policies, I look back and think, that what maybe was a little more than we needed to do.
Well, just a little bit more than they needed.
Yeah, but
just
it's
a little bit more.
no big deal. I mean, we made some
Not a big
mistakes.
deal.
It was like weapons of mass destruction with Bush. Oh, none over here, none over there. I mean, these Monday morning quarterback politicians.
I'll continue to not use critical thinking skills as I move forward during any fucking crisis in the future, is what she's saying.
Yep. It's that time again. Sabby Sabs had a great rant the other day, and this particular one, this was the Rokana.
Wait. Where's Sabby at count-wise?
Yeah, Sabby is at, I think she's getting about 200 a week, roughly.
Good.
Close to that. I hope she's getting it, maybe 100. That's not going to hit our goal by July 6th, but it's going to get us closer to 40,000. But I still want 50,000, damn it. 50,000 by July 6th.
Make sure you like and share her tweets. That helps too.
Yes, absolutely. Anyway, let's just listen to this. This is more of a PSA, but Sabby nails it, and then I got something to say about Roe.
Well, I would say that Hillary Clinton's campaign cost her the election herself. I feel like that was her doing. Ignoring the Rust Belt, I think, was a totally awful idea. You cannot avoid the Rust Belt. She should have learned that from Bill Clinton. He knew to campaign there. I would also add that having a running mate who was anti-choice, Tim Kaine was not pro-choice when it came to abortion, was also not a good idea. And I also think that Hillary Clinton did not talk to the everyday average person. She was talking at people instead of talking to them. And she's corporate. So for me, I was looking for someone who's grassroots, someone who actually cares about the people, someone who is not going to get us into these never-ending wars, and someone who really was going to get in there and fight. And Hillary Clinton was just going to be an extension of Barack Obama, and people wanted something different. So I don't blame someone like Jill Stein. I blame Barack Obama. I think he's the one that actually gave us Trump in the first place, because he made all these promises and he didn't fulfill them. Rokana was willing to back the corporate candidate. And this is why I say, like, the whole, like, progressive movement, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. How you choose, make this make sense to me. How you go with Hillary?
I have a lot of admiration for President Obama. I think he had to overcome so much, especially as the first Black president, and he had significant achievements with the Dodd-Frank bill, with rescuing us. People forget what the economy was like back in 2008. The hand he was
what
dealt
the
with getting
fuck
the
ever.
Affordable Care Act.
Bailed
So
out the damn
anyway, you get
banks,
the
left
point.
us
We ain't
to
got to go
suffer.
through all of this. But the thing is this: at the end of the day, Ro Khanna also is backing the establishment candidate. I couldn't believe that. Like, try to use that line on me. I blame Jill Stein for the reason that Hillary Clinton lost. Who did he think he was talking to? I can't. So you guys see the point that I'm trying to make is that he's doing it again. He's doing the same thing.
Yep.
Watch him run in 2028. Watch.
Ugh.
And he'll still tell you he's progressive.
Yeah.
And he supports Medicare for all.
Oh yeah. Till it's time to fight for it.
Give me a break. Give me a break.
I absolutely. I just Ro Khanna, the guy. There's something wrong with his noodle, man, because he enjoys lying.
He's a class A narcissist.
Yeah, he enjoys lying, publicly lying. He gets off on it. I swear to God.
No, he absolutely does. And the argument of blame it on Jill. Look at the fucking numbers. If they want to play the number game and pretend like the numbers are real, then look at the numbers. Then Jill made no threat to Hillary Clinton at whatever bullshit percentage that they gave her. I can't remember what it ended up, but I want to say it was less than 3% overall at the end of the damn day. That wouldn't have helped Hillary. Those votes weren't taken from Hillary. Those votes would have never been for Hillary. You want to know why Hillary didn't win? Because she was a crappy fucking war hawk who had a goddamn closet full of skeletons. And Comey, if anybody is to blame, it is to blame, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think so too. Anyway, Sabby says
crazy puppets in the house.
Crazy puppets.
Hello. Yes. Do that combustion ritual. I've been doing it all evening.
Sabby, Sabby doesn't break my brains or stress me out. She's very calm. She asks excellent questions. She does terrific interviews.
Yes.
Like we said, we support Sabby. We agree with her most of the time, but not all the time. But
yeah,
most
we don't
of the
agree
time,
with anybody 100% of the
you
time.
can't do it. But I would say she's one of the higher ones on the chart that we have the similar views on things. So again, we're going to promote Sabby.
Well, and her strategically placed F-bombs are perfect for me.
Yes, they are. She really knows how to do that. We had a skate day this week, Shanda and I. And
we did.
So we thought we would.
I love getting out
we
and
would
doing
bring
stuff.
this skate day for everybody. I know some of you like these skate offs. Now my face keeps falling off, and
I think it's going to stick to the wall eventually. It falls off so much.
Splat. One of these days, I'm going to be
Just
able to get that so good that I can move it off my face and make it fly around like something from Star Trek. Here we go.
Beautiful. We work so well together. Why can't we hear you? It's like your voice just jumped away.
I know. I feel so much better when I do that skating with you, Shanda.
Well, thank you for making it. Hunter loves the skate off, so she super enjoyed that one.
That's great. That's great. we brought some cream of bullshit from this one's Fox, right?
We got a ton of cream of bullshit out there this week, and it just got super deep this week or today, right? So Trump tweets out this morning, I think it was this morning or last night, how he's going to be arrested on Tuesday. So this is Fox News' take on it. And this is, I want to say, oh no, this isn't Bolton. Bolton's on CNN. So this is Fox News.
Okay, so now back to that Fox News alert. Former President Trump saying this morning that he will be arrested on Tuesday. Trump said that on Truth Social. He said, in fact,
quote, the far and away leading Republican candidate and former president of the United States of America will be arrested next week. Protests take our nation back. Fox News legal analyst Greg Jarrett is here to react. Greg, break this down for us.
Well, you know, I wrote a column about this because you could see this coming a mile away. It's purely politically driven by Alvin Bragg. And I described this as the most cockamamie legal theory I think I've ever heard of. Forget about the fact that this is a 7-year-old case and the statute of limitations appears to have elapsed 2 years ago. But the theory is something that is not just novel, it seems abusive of the legal system. Here it is in a nutshell. Take a business records misdemeanor and try to transform it, to supercharge it into a felony by attaching to it a second crime. Now, what is the second crime? That's the question we don't know. It can only be one of two things: a campaign violation under state law or federal law. Here's the problem. It can't be a campaign violation under state law because it was a federal election. And it can't really be a campaign violation under U.S. statutory campaign laws because Bragg is a Manhattan DA. Local and state prosecutors can't bring charges on federal crimes, only state crimes. In addition to all of that, there are other problems. Bragg would have to prove that Trump was personally involved in falsifying business records. Second of all, he'd have to prove that Trump understood the incredibly complex and convoluted campaign laws that nobody understands, and that, having known them, he intended to violate them.
Okay, so let me break this down for you. And I think I've got a pretty good grasp on what's going on here. So Trump tweets this out this morning. I think this was preemptive. I think this was a way to kind of show that the Dems are weak in their hand. And the thing is, okay, so a Manhattan DA, that's a state attorney, not a federal attorney, is wanting to indict him for campaign finance fraud because he claimed that payment that he gave to Mickey Cohen, Mickey, who's already gone to prison, to give to Stormy Daniels, he claimed it as legal fees. So he wrote it off as legal fees. But it was a bribe. It was a payoff. It was hush-hush money, right? Don't talk about us being together. And so that's already been hashed out, though. Stormy lost her case against Trump. Mickey already went down for all of his crap. So the question here now is, does the Manhattan DA have actual jurisdiction to come in after Trump for this finance violation or whatever they want to call it? So, but Trump ran in a federal election. He ran for president. So I don't see how they're going to have jurisdiction. And absolutely, they just want to perp walk out of Trump. I mean, I'm assuming Trump got some intel in the back channel that they're coming for him on Tuesday. Will they try to go after him in Florida and extradite him out of Florida into Manhattan, a former United States president? Will the Democrats do that? I don't know. It depends. The Democrats got a lot of shit coming down on them right now. They've got the whole origins and more on the way. They got the origins of COVID beaten down on them. They got Biden's laptop beaten down on them. They got the banking crisis. I mean, there's just one thing out. They got Ukraine. I mean,
it's a Willow Project in Alaska.
The Willow Project. Yeah, you can just keep naming. That's why I say there's so much in the news right now. And I do absolutely think that this is a Democratic distraction to try to get us And then Trump calling for protests, he understands the power that he wields. And if he doesn't, I mean, January 6th should have smacked him right in the face with that, as much as they've tried to pin that shit on him.
This is good for Trump, I think, because
I do too.
He's going to get promoted. He's going to get promoted, proving once again how rabid the Democrats are to get enough on him to make sure that he can't run again. That's what they're doing, you know.
And you want to know the scary part is, Oz, I went over to see what CNN was saying about this shit, and guess who they had on their fucking channel?
John Bolton.
John Bolton. Yeah, John Bolton was on, and he even agrees that maybe this is not going to work so well.
Oh my God.
You served in the Trump administration. I have to ask you about the news of the day. The news that former President Trump has posted on Truth Social just this morning that he expects to be arrested on Tuesday, and is also calling for protests, telling his supporters to, quote, take our nation back. Your thoughts?
Well, just to explain, if he's about to be arrested, it almost certainly means he's going to be indicted first. He's going to be required to come in and surrender himself to answer to the indictment. So it's not some random decision. I strongly believe in a free society there's got to be one rule of law for everybody. I think that's clear. I don't know how you make that judgment when you're talking about a case involving somebody paying hush money to a prostitute or a stripper. I only know one person who's ever done that. I worked for him. It's a kind of strange situation. But I'll say this. However guilty Trump may be, and having very much in mind the one rule of law for everybody, if they indict and fail to convict in New York, I think historians would look back and say that is the act that reelected Donald Trump president. So I hope those prosecutors in New York are very, very certain of their case.
Well, I've opined here that in the four buckets that I perceive where he faces legal peril, this is, in my opinion, the weakest of them. And I have to believe that there's a risk here of this taint might not be the right word,
Holy
but tainting
shit.
the prosecutions that theoretically
Even
could
CNN
follow.
don't think it.
He's got a right to vigorously defend himself against this and any other charges that might flow. What I don't like is him calling for protests, because to me it's reminiscent of January 6th.
Well, I think this is an important issue. My own view on January the 6th is it was not an insurrection. It was a riot. It was one of the saddest days in American history, but it was not an attempted coup, because I didn't think Donald Trump had the wits to conduct a coup. But now, having seen the history, if he's calling people into the streets,
doing it all my life.
This time he's seen the experience of January the 6th, and I think this is potentially very dangerous. So.
Oh my God! When I find myself agreeing with John Bolton, put me out of my misery.
Right? I know. I'm just sitting there like, no fucking way. John Bolton just said that on CNN about J6.
Well, that's been our position. It was a riot. So
yep, it was.
And it was blown out, and it's propaganda used to.
It was an invited riot.
It was an invited riot. What did you bring here? New York Times.
Well, of course, this yesterday we had the ICC issue a warrant for the arrest of President Vladimir Putin out of Russia for war crimes. The court said that Putin bore individual criminal responsibility for the abduction and deportation of Ukrainian children. So war crime arrest warrant issued. And, the U.S. has been kind of freaking out about this because, that opens the gate for them to look at us. But U.S. threatens to arrest the ICC judges if they pursue Americans for the Afghan war crimes. So Putin kind of opened the door, and America didn't want anything to do with it. We were like, oh, no. Then you guys might be starting to look at us.
I'm all for it. Let's get everybody's laundry out there. I want Obama
Putin.
arrested. I want both Bushes arrested. I want Clinton arrested. And
Cheney, anybody who's still alive from the Bush administration.
Yeah.
Most of them are already halfway to hell.
We'll let Jimmy Carter skate, but he could be arrested too, theoretically. But he's getting ready to pass on.
I think in the balance of his good versus bad, he'll be meeting the maker soon enough.
Yeah, he'll have to answer for that.
He will.
What did you bring? Cy Hirsch?
I did bring Cy Hirsch, and who was he talking to? I can't remember who he's talking to in this. I smoked too much, but he says don't fuck with Putin, and I tend to agree with him.
I have no idea what Putin thinks. I read
Oh yeah,
his
London
speeches,
Real.
And if you remember 2-3 years ago, particularly Britain, all the stories where he's dead, he's got some kind of cancer, this was floating all over. The gossip in Britain was even stronger than it was in America on that.
Oh yeah, remember Putin was dying.
There's such certitude that he had some kind of cancer, he was taking this drug, but he's clearly articulate, and he said it in Sochi, 3-4 years ago. He talked about America brandishing the bomb, nuclear bomb, and he said, you know, we're not afraid. We'll go to God even if we do it first. God will accept us if we have to do it to protect ourselves. He said that. That was the language. You know, he's not a communist. He is somebody who believes in the great Soviet mythology. I've read 2 differing CIA profiles, and I wasn't supposed to see them. There were 2 differing profiles that were done. The CIA uses a lot of psychoanalysts in the trade, in the business, and they use them. I mean, guys who have private patients, but also write stuff take the intercepts and look at them, and then write an analysis of, you know, bright guys. And one was sort of the standard. The other was much different. The other was talking about he's more rational. I'll just tell you what it said, because I was given it. It's described that he thinks himself as a judo expert, and he was in Japan doing a tour, and he was taken to a judo contest, and there was one very aggressive woman who was throwing everybody, and she said to him, "Come." He said, "No, you're a woman. I'll win so easily." And she says, "Well, try me." So he put on the clothes he supposed. Maybe he was already dressed. Maybe he was going to do an exercise there. He does fancy himself to be a good judist. And she threw him in 3 minutes, right?
Yeah, I've
and
seen
he
the
got up and
footage.
smiled, and he took the heat. And what the shrink wrote, the analyst wrote, was, this is a guy that knows when you know, he's not irrational. But it was a very interesting one. They didn't promulgate it because it went against the trade. That's how I happen to see it. The agency did not promulgate it. I don't think they briefed the White House on it, but he'd done many for the White House they had. So I don't know if we have a good fix on Putin. I know he believes in the Soviet world. I mean, he does believe in it in the same way, just as, and so I'm not smart enough. I don't read Russian. I read his speeches. I haven't read the last one. I certainly read the one 10 years ago at one of the international meetings when he said, "Why don't you bring me into NATO? I want to be part of Europe." And we poo-pooed that. But he's going to win this war. I don't think, right. I do believe there are other people who said the same thing I'm saying. I do believe he does not want to conquer Western Europe. I don't believe he wants to retake Germany. I don't believe he wants anything more. He wants this buffer, right? This Ukrainian buffer. And he sees the Ukrainians as low life. It's a racist view.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think that anybody in America has a good take on him, or CIA, any of the military-industrial complex. I think they have a good take and understanding of Putin, but I don't think they actually understand the drive in him to protect his motherland.
The critical thinking challenged in America, though, thinks that he's on an all-out blitzkrieg to take over Europe, which is just absurd. But I heard it from the horse's mouth. They think he wants it all. He wants it all, and I feel so bad.
Yeah, they want to compare him to Hitler. It's not even comparable.
Yeah.
Not even.
No, I'd want a buffer too, and I'll remind everybody again. Remember the Cuban Missile Crisis? How would the United States like to have bases wrapped around their country on Canadian and Mexican borders? So shut the F up, with your shit. You got Brent Pella here. What's this all about?
Brent Pella, everything's fine. Everything's just fine, guys.
Everything's fine. Peachy. Don't worry. Be happy.
Hey, my name is Brim Smithers. I live here in America, and everything seems to be going great. Every day, I wake up and I start my morning routine, which consists of yelling my social security number off my balcony. 681-427755. Hey, Tim. Followed immediately by drinking a full glass of Ohio water. People are freaking out, but I mean, I'm doing fine. spicy. Did you guys hear about the Tucson chemical spill? I mean, that sounds pretty promising. We might get a new superhero from it, you know, like a Daredevil type of thing. I call Wolverine, rawr, real smooth, like a freshly greased door hinge. Some people say bad for your health. I say great opportunity to create more vaccines. Also, did you see they just dropped a new food pyramid? Man, that thing is pointy. Some people are complaining that the new food pyramid doesn't completely represent what's actually healthy and nutritious for a human body. But I just think those people are far-right, conspiracy theorist homophobes. A lot of people are mad that eggs cost so much these days, but with egg prices this high, I feel more motivated to work hard. And with less farm animals across the country, plus the higher price of eggs, the lower access that people have to eggs, and the higher price of groceries in general these days, we're just getting closer and closer to the fake meat takeover, which I've been prepping for a while. I mean, every night before bed, I put little cubes of soy up my anus. It really helps me sleep, and it helps me feel like I'm doing something to combat climate change or police brutality or whatever it is I should be combating. I'm combating it by putting pieces of soy up my ass. And then I have some friends that are worried about China stealing our data through TikTok or surveilling us with their surveillance balloons, but I'm all like, stop being racist. Privacy is just the enemy of inclusion. And if we have less privacy, doesn't that mean we're more inclusive? I love Chinese food. I am not racist. I mean, China is literally like putting on summer camps for kids and adults year round. China is literally giving internships to people. I don't know what their whole like promotion system is. You know, you start at the intern camp and then maybe you get promoted. Maybe you get to rule like a province or something like that. I love chow mein. China internment camp. Yeah. And it, that's not an internship.
Brent. Yeah. He makes me laugh. What do we got here?
Oh, the soy bit up his ass was hilarious.
That was great.
This is just a weird fact. So dropping a lit cigarette in a pool of petrolene does not unleash fire as shown in the movies. Research tried over 2,000 times to ignite petrol with a cigarette and failed 100% of the time. So yeah, the whole flicking of the cigarette, that's...
I don't want to take that test.
Not true.
I know that I've seen it put the cigarette out before, but
yeah, I think I've seen that too.
But I wouldn't want to take that test. Would you want?
Yeah, I'm not gonna
You're not gonna gamble with it. Snarky, is that true?
Is that true? You guys test it out. Let us know. Don't test it out.
Now you're bringing a.
Hey, Osama number 5.
Oh,
hey,
Osama.
welcome.
What's
Brad
up?
K. Welcome. Everybody's hanging out. The Rockfin, the Rumble, and the YouTubes are all doing good.
They're pumping and thumping. What are you going to scare us here? Is this a warning?
I am. This is the Epic Economist, and actually, I didn't bring the whole bulk of this cut, but these are old recipes from the 30s that people ended up having to eat because there was no food. And so his opener on this was amazing, so I thought I'd bring the opener, but go watch it if you want to check out some of the food. Oh my god, if we have to eat that, we're done.
Okay, there's no cut in this, so I'm going to stop it after it gets going. Okay,
it's only like 2 minutes in, so.
It says 14.
The Great Depression was an era of scarcity-induced creativity. With millions of people out of work and widespread shortages of foods and goods, families had a hard time scraping money together to feed their children. They had to make things work without household staples and other products that weren't readily available at the stores when they needed them. Their innovations came out of necessity, from women dyeing their legs with tea instead of using stockings, to men mending their shoes with cardboard. Americans during the Great Depression used their resourcefulness to make do with what little they had. Inventiveness became a survival mechanism. Soup kitchens sprung up across the country to ensure that unemployed workers got at least one meal daily. It was precisely in the kitchen that you could see the biggest reflection of the ingenuity and the desperation of that era. Those who lived in rural areas typically planted gardens and raised chickens and cows. Men used to go to the woods to hunt and fish. New recipes were concocted, and many food combinations that would be considered disgusting today were actually delicacies during that time. Spurred on by First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt, who encouraged families to save money and resources by practicing savvier home economics, many meals that people didn't consider eating were now consumed without question. In face of hunger and misery, our society was forced to adapt. The recipes of that period may come back to our tables as the economy moves towards another
There you go.
devastating crisis.
2 minutes straight up. There you go. That was perfect. That was a good opener. And yeah, as we move into more food shortages, we're going to have to learn to adapt. And that's a really interesting. He breaks down like 30 foods. Some of them I'd never even heard of as a cook. Snorky says, my first day in fire and boom class, the instructor walked in smoking a cigarette and then showed us he had a glass of gas and not coffee, and he put the cigarette out in the gas. If only it only works at a certain level, and I would not suggest the untrained try it.
I'll take that advice to heart, Snorky. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
I got to tell you on the food crisis thing, you know, Shanda knows my wife and I, Joey and I, well. And pumpkin. Yeah. We still have pumpkin. We got enough pumpkins for another couple of months. And you can make just about anything out of pumpkin. Yeah. Really. You
Cake,
can
bread,
everything.
Food, cat food.
Pumpkin. Yeah. So if you ever get in a position, just plant your whole yard in pumpkins if you're in squashes.
There you go.
Pumpkins. Native Americans did that. That's how they survived.
You're right. They did.
Yeah, exactly. But pumpkin. That's and we supplement all the dog's food and the cat food with pumpkin, and they love it. So there you go.
That's good for them. Yep, definitely good for them. So a tiny home village for $1,000 a month rent will allow teachers and firefighters to afford to live in the communities they serve. Sweep the Leg says, crazy idea, but what if we actually paid teachers and firefighters enough to afford a regular size house?
Yeah, that's manufacturing consent on steroids right
exactly.
there. Bullshit. And here we go. You've got universal bacon. Tell me, Andrew.
Well, I'm here to make a prediction. I predict that UBI is going to be handed out as soon as they roll the CBDCs out for you, because then they can get control. So here we go. Yeah. Universal basic income. Fuck a federal jobs guarantee. We don't want you to work. Just sit there and do what we tell you to do.
And order through Amazon. Thank you.
You know, these days, a lot of us are cutting back on our spending. So think about this situation. If you were handed $1,000 a month, what would you spend it on?
Senate Bill 603 was all the talk on this corner of Old Town Wednesday morning.
I actually think it's actually a very good idea.
The bill in question, the People's Housing Assistance Fund demonstration program, where for 2 years, monthly $1,000 payments would go out to people living on the streets, those at risk of becoming homeless, those who make less than 60% of the area median income, or spend more than half their monthly income on rent.
I'm currently living in a tent.
Right now, she gets $600 a month.
I'm on disability, and the $600 a month doesn't really cover much of anything.
Oh, shit.
I mean, with the rent and prices of food and everything else, it's just really hard to survive out here.
As of right now, what do you spend that $600 a month on?
We try and get food, we try and get blankets and everything to keep us warm out here. The necessities, the phone bill.
We could elect smart people who can really get things done without, bureaucratic messes.
They tell me a similar program is getting results in other cities. I checked and found it is underway in almost 30 cities. Most of the money handed out is used for retail purchases and for food.
Not too many people are confident in this bill, but it's still in the early stages, right? It still has to go through the Senate and the House, and then the governor has to sign off on it. So if it passes, it'll go into effect in January 2024.
Okay, a lot of people, including myself, I mean, you offer me $1,000. That's really going to help my struggle out from month to month, right? But then you are turning over full-on control,
This has all been by design.
It is by design, and we're getting further down this. You know, I went and I met with a group that did a UBI study. God, this was like 2016, 2017. They did the study in Canada. And after looking at the data, and I was all for UBI. I was a total Bernie person. Like, hey, MMT will just fucking print the money and we can give everybody money. We can take care of people. And then I went and looked at the data and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. No, we need a federal jobs guarantee. So that way we're being productive and putting back into the system. And so I'm not convinced that a UBI, I mean, people will take it. I'll take it. I need the money, but you're just going into the system. You're going on the system.
Yeah, you're compliant. It's the Logan's Run. It's the TH-111. It's all the science fiction from the past becoming reality.
Yeah. And then they can turn it off whenever they want, you know?
Yeah, that's that central bank digital currency shit. You brought this, made me really unhappy.
Jilly sent this to us. Jilly sent a lot of the stuff on the deck tonight. You want me to read it?
Yeah, please.
Okay, breaking news. Say goodbye to comfortable breaks. Now, downward tilting toilets are designed to become unbearable to sit on after 5 minutes. They say the main benefit is to employees in improved employee production. There you go.
You know
Get
what?
off your ass. Get back to work.
Here's an opportunity to make some money. Let's just get a foam pad and cut it at the right angle.
Oh yeah, I take it to work. Here you go.
Yeah, and we'll just market those and sell them. So screw you guys. Take your bullshit torturing
rude.
people. You know, that sounds like something Starbucks or fucking Amazon
Totally
do.
would be a Starbucks type of thing, or Amazon Bezos. I'm sure Amazon's gonna
Yeah,
pick
it's
a bunch
pretty
of those
sick.
up.
Pretty sick shit. Got another United spot. I think it speaks for itself, huh?
Oh yeah.
Well, it's over. What's he talking about? We're going to war. Yes. Wait, what? I gotta say, I could have called this one. Is it my fault? Of course it's your fault. Oh, come on, man. Joe, stop blaming yourself. This isn't your fault. It's not? No. This is Trump's fault. No. Well, if that's true, then the 8.5% inflation, high gas prices, my low approval rating, and Hunter's legal problems are all Trump's fault. Yep. It's all Trump's fault. I knew it. Everybody was blaming me, but I knew it was all Trump's fault. Yep. It's always been Trump's fault. Wrong. If I was in charge, this wouldn't be going on. It's your fault, Trump. Whatever you say, Nancy. All right, dipshits, smile. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon.
81 million votes.
Oh my God.
I love that they got Putin in on it.
Oh
'Cause
yeah. What the
at the
hell?
end of the day.
Might as well own it. Just own their bullshit.
Yeah.
Manufacturing considered its best. Case study
Oh.
QB. I don't get to call them out as much, but I know Sabby calls them out well deservedly all the time.
Yeah.
Bill Maher had Andrew Yang on Friday night, and you know,
make me vomit.
I have this deep distrust and dislike of little Billy Maher. But Case says Bill Maher says inflation was caused by $6 trillion put into people's pocket during the pandemic. No mention of corporations and price gouging of
PPP.
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah, let's hear what Andy has to say.
Andy's an idiot.
And interest rates spiked, right, because of inflation. Yes. That's why they had to. Okay, so when Uncle Sugar was very generous during COVID, right?
Was that Trump?
That was the result of that. That's what caused the inflation. A lot of
Uncle
what
Sugar.
caused the inflation. You cannot put $6 trillion that you don't have in people's pockets and not expect some inflation. That's what caused this rate, and that's so it's all connected.
It's all connected, and the last time we were in this kind of bind was the 70s, which I vaguely remember. You might remember a little bit of it, Bill.
He's what, two?
So they had no choice but to jack up interest rates because they were trying to tamp down inflation. We're in that movie again, except the financial sector is a much bigger part of the economy now than it was in the 70s.
You know what?
Don't blame it on the corporations or the predator class at all. Blame it on the people who got a $600 check or, whatever, $1,200.
Those who are still buying Bill's bullshit. And, Bill twists truth sometimes, and he gets a little bit too much truth out there, and then everybody goes, see, Bill Maher, he was telling the truth.
I know.
Little
Last week, everybody was licking his ass for having Russell Brand on. I know.
That's the con right there, is give him give him some crumbs and get him hooked where they give it. Don't buy this guy's bullshit for nothing. Not a
forward
thing.
party. My ass ain't going forward nowhere.
You got this?
Do you see this? Jenna Bush Hager reveals that her daddy, George W. Bush, texts her a Bible verse every morning. And then I love the joy of whitewashing with George W. Bush.
Oh, I got to tell you.
The hair is perfect.
I got to tell you. We have a special song
Pat the Batman fan.
from Pat the Batman fan. Jamie Kuhn music.
Pat hanging out.
Pat should be in the chat. Pat.
I see Dingo. Hey, Dingo. Bella. Hey, Bella.
Yeah, and Pat wanted me to
Reflect
make a
the
request.
Sun. That's a cool name.
Pat's going to put a link in here. And a huge favor, when you play the song tonight, could you ask people to go vote for Jamie's song, Found a Place, at indigenousmusicCountdown.com.
Oh, give me the link. I'll vote.
I tried. I couldn't find it. He's going to put
Give me the link, Pat.
He's going to put the direct link in the chat. She's number 26 this week, up from number 31.
Jamie's got an amazing voice. Let's vote for her, guys.
It's a little.
We can do that
because you have to register. But I'm asking you to please go vote. You can vote for her once a day, every day. Plus, there are some really great indigenous artists there to check out. Thank you for all you do. Appreciate it,
cool.
Jamie. So
some amazing indigenous artists out there. Let me tell you.
Oh my God!
Oh my gosh, make you cry just listening to their voices.
Unbelievable. But here's we all love her. She's got a fantastic set of pipes. Jamie Kuhn, Change the World.
Down for you, shine it on my heart, so you could see the truth, that this love I have inside is everything it seems, but for now it's only in my dreams I can change the world. I would be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my love was really something good, baby, if I could change the world. If I could be queen, even for a day, I'll take you as my king. I'd have it no other way, and our love would rule this kingdom we have made. Till then I'll be a fool, wishing for a day that I can change the world. Oh, I would be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my love was really something good, baby, if I could change the world. Baby, if I could change
Nicely done.
I have to always sing along to the karaoke closet.
Yeah.
It don't matter if it's Pat or if it's Jamie. I'm just singing along.
Yes, I hear her, and I've got to make sure her mic's muted when
I know, right?
Yeah,
I'm like, I hope he's muted me.
Yeah. So yeah,
Beautiful voice.
Pat, drop that link in there for everybody
Please,
so they can
please.
go
Drop it.
indigenousmusic.com. I want to make sure I get it right. indigenousmusiccountdown.com. Just register and give Jamie the votes here. It is time for the yum yum. We've got a couple of yum yums tonight. Linda does such a good job on these, and this one should work tonight. So let's make sure that it works. And I'm going to pull the trigger right now.
Canadian judge rules. Flipping the bird. A God-given right, you got a license to fly that? It isn't clear yet if licenses will actually be issued, but for now, all Canadians are officially entitled to fly their middle fingers without the threat of arrest. The decision to allow everyone to flip the bird comes following a case based on bickering neighbors. It may not be civil, it may not be polite, it does not trigger criminal liability, reasoned Judge Dennis the Gavel Galiatsatos as he explained his decision. Being told to fuck off should not prompt a call to 911, the judge warned. The gavel also recommends Canadians become thicker-skinned, especially if they're dicks, since flipping off dicks or telling them to fuck off is obligatory.
Funny one, Linda. Good to know.
Yeah, just make sure that you give most of those birds to your leader, Trudeau, over there.
Yes,
because he's a dick.
for sure. And the foreign minister.
Yeah, they're all
got some bad
assholes
ones
up there. Got a horrible government, and we're one to talk. We know what a horrible government is that we've got. You brought this, Andrew Cuomo, or did I?
Guess who's making a comeback?
No.
Oh, that's right. He's back and he's leading the progressives for Israel. And, you know, not like they didn't have enough support already as it is, but they needed more. And this is just his way of inching his way back in and being the good guy that everybody loves, no matter how many old peoples he unalived.
Yeah, he's slimy bastard.
Slimy bastard, slime him back in. So he'll pop back up this summer. You watch. He's making moves.
Rearing his ugly stump in our face. What is this? Is this
This is a last minute entry from Jilly. This is a Dabu 7 report out of Ohio about the toxin levels at the train derailment.
This is not going well, everybody.
No, it's bad.
We were led to believe that a lot of the contamination washed downstream and that had been diluted, and there were no acute health risks in the community anymore. But that wasn't the case. And so we were shocked at how much contamination remained in the creeks and was detectable by odor just by walking by the creeks, and how the public wasn't warned about these issues.
And this is Dabu 7. You just heard from that lead researcher there the facts about what is happening. And here's some more information. Regulators establishing that the toxicity of dioxins in soil samples can be calculated by the toxicity equivalence of all dioxins in the soil compared with the most toxic dioxin compound, and that is called 2378 TCDD. East Palestine soil has showed levels of this 2378 TCDD toxicity equivalence of 700 parts per trillion, or PPT. The level at which the EPA will initiate a cleanup in Ohio in this specific area is 1,000 PPT. However, the cleanup triggers are much lower in many other states and areas. For instance, in Michigan, it is only 90 PPT, meaning East Palestine is over 10 times higher. In California, it is only 50 PPT. So you can see that for some odd reason, this area has a level raised. So this is very concerning, and this is coming from scientists all across the board. The federal cleanup standards there in Ohio is 1,000 PPT. Moreover, the EPA scientist in 2010 put the cancer risk threshold for dioxins in a residential soil at 3.7 PPT. They even recommended lowering the cleanup trigger to 72 ppt. Absolutely crazy. The threshold for a risk is 3.7 ppt, and it is sitting at 700. This is hundreds of times higher than the threshold for the risk.
That was kind of hard to get all the numbers, but just a quick breakdown of it is they're testing at 700. Cancer triggers at 3.3 or higher. So, I mean, this is insane. The amount of poison that was dumped on them.
Is this going to make me feel better?
This is a feel-good story that Jilly sent me last week because we were talking. I must have brought some story to Trailer Park Pundit about trees and plants being alive because, you know, I do. I name my plants. I talk to my plants. I'm a crazy plant lady. Listen to the sounds that plants make. It's so beautiful.
We are going to listen to this vine sing right now. Let's hear it play some music.
I really enjoy listening to philodendron and snake plants. Any plant that inspires me along the way on a hike with a beautiful view.
Let's tune into the sounds played by this plant.
We just attach 2 sensors to a plant's leaves, and PlantWave detects these slight variations that are happening in plants based on them moving water around. We graph those variations as a wave, translate them into pitch, and then run those pitch messages through instruments that we design. So the result is this continuous stream of pleasing music that gives us all this sonic window into the secret life of plants. Many of you have been asking, what would a redwood tree sound like? Let's see what melodies it creates when we connect the plant wave.
Listen to that tree.
If a plant is really underwatered, it might play just a few notes, whereas if a plant is really healthy and thriving, it will be going through like the whole range.
Looks like we have a plant here that may not have made it through this heat. So let's check it out. Let's see if it can make any music. Yeah, nothing.
Let's see what happens when I water the plant. Let's listen. Every plant is different and every leaf is different.
So here we are listening to this rubber tree. And now let's check out this pothos. Plant wave actually works with mushrooms as well. So let's check it out.
Most of the time with mushrooms, though, the mushrooms are growing out of a dead plant. And so you're actually hearing the connection between 2 mushrooms through a dead plant.
That is so cool.
That is so cool. And Jilly says you can get one of those devices for like $300. I would be obsessed. I would be gone. I live in the woods as it is. I would just be out listening to plants and trees all day long.
What a way to go, though. I mean,
what a way to go. I would lose my mind and do that.
I
totally
understand the science behind that because it's the flow of the
water, yeah,
through the plant. But that's really cool because the plant's structural system has all the different baffles and veins and everything else. So I wonder what it would do if you connected it to a human. What would it sound like? A toilet flushing?
Oh, God, yeah, toilet flushing.
Okay, there you go. Well, you brought this.
So drought-ridden California is releasing 200,000 cubic feet per second into the ocean from the Folsom River because there's no place to store it, and global freshwater demands will outstrip supply by 40% by 2030, says experts. Landmark report urges overhaul of wasteful water practices around the world on the eve of critical UN summit. So yeah, we have a summit coming up to look forward to.
Yeah, and they've been singing this song for years, and they still are asking for this kind of mitigation, and they're not going to get it again because people don't prioritize. Got another yum yum here real quick. Let me knock this one out.
Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Too bad we can't recognize it. In two unrelated stories, fishermen reported possibly finding a human hand in the water and summoned sheriff's deputies to a canal in Florida, only to discover the object was a hand belonging to a mannequin. Wildlife rescuers in Britain were suddenly called off when the homeowner reporting a bird trapped in the wall figured out the noises coming from the bird sounded like their child's stuffed Hedwig toy.
Crazy.
Insane.
stuff.
Insane. We got,
Crazy stuff.
What did you bring me hanging from my tubes? Is that
This is just a good PSA. Don't speak negatively about yourself, even as a joke. Your body doesn't know the difference. Words are energy and cast spells. That's why it's called spelling. Yes.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Of course, does cursing at yourself when you're looking in the mirror in the morning count? Or no?
Right, every morning. It's hard to do. I know. I'm one of those. I always drag myself down.
Well, I'm hypercritical of myself because I'm not 20 anymore.
Right.
So there you go. What do
Is
you got here?
Is it an age thing? Maybe it is. I'm flying, Jack. The Rothschilds planted explosives on this ship. When you know, you know.
Oh my God, that's so right on. And you brought this
When
one
you know,
here.
you know.
What is
Okay,
it?
well, this today I found this. So Anthony Kiedis, lead singer of Red Hot Chili Peppers, was caught in a picture with his hand in his shirt, and of course, it's called the hidden hand. When the human race learns to read the language of symbolism, a great veil will fall from the eyes of man. And I can't see that whole thing, so I'm not going to read it. But yeah, if you don't know what the hidden hand is, you can go search it. You'll figure it out.
I just thought it was me when I've got an itch that I got to scratch.
Well, no, you see all these important men with their hand in their shirt. Even George Washington, a very famous painting of George Washington. It has something to do with Freemasonry, and now they have, conflate it with Illuminati, and it's just the symbolism. They're always throwing symbolism.
Don't people have ticks? Don't people have ticks like they RLS and things like that? Wouldn't that fall in the same category? Or
Yeah, but to do it every time somebody puts a camera in your face, that's not so much of a tick, I don't think.
No, mine
right?
is like camera in the face. I put my hands up. What do you got here?
I did that for years, and there's no pictures of me from like 1980 to 1995. Let's see. Everything I Don't Like is Woke, a book for basic dick bags or dickheads. The engine is woke, yeah. And man kicked out of McDonald's for putting his dick in a burger and yelling, "This is real meat, you fuckers."
Oh my
That's an
God.
old one, but it's funny. Come on.
My gosh. And then you've got
Pretty
a
funny.
meteor report here. Is this it?
Yeah, this was last night, I want to say.
Okay. Didn't land in my yard.
We begin with breaking news.
Yeah, that breaking news, you may have seen it in the sky. We've received dozens of calls into the newsroom in the last 20 minutes alone for reports of these lights in the sky. Viewers are sharing their videos with us showing what could be something re-entering the atmosphere and burning up. It was a scene across Northern California, clear skies tonight.
And if you were outside, you didn't miss it. It was pretty eye-catching. We want to get right over to Chief Meteorologist Mark Finan. Mark, what can you tell us about these so-called lights in the sky?
Well, the first thing is we don't know what it was, but we can do a bit of a process of elimination. When I first heard this, people were saying there was a string of lights in the sky. I was thinking Starlink satellites, and that's what a lot of people on Twitter have been saying too. But these look different. These aren't lined up like Starlink satellites, and you can clearly see tails on them as well, which means that this is something re-entering the atmosphere and burning up. And there are a number of them. There are about 8 or 9 of them. So it's likely going to be a piece of space junk or maybe a satellite that's decayed and re-entering orbit or something like that. So again, we don't know exactly what it was, but we know that it's not Starlink satellites, and we're still trying to figure out exactly what it was. It may have been a meteor that's breaking up as it enters the atmosphere, but again, we're still working to figure it out. Back to you.
I'm so bored with these because there's so much.
Every day there's stuff over our heads coming back in,
There's
right?
so much,
Is it space junk?
Yeah,
Goodness.
there's so much junk up there. These things don't excite me
I showed
anymore.
you that video that kind of showed all the junk up there. I mean, we're in a dome of fucking garbage.
Yeah, it's just the garbage dumping it back down to earth. So, you got a Carl Vernon here. What's this all about?
This was just funny. This guy's having a truly bad day.
Okay, I know how that feels. smell.
That's a bad
I smell
day.
a lawsuit coming on. Oh shit.
That's a bad day,
That is a
man.
bad day. We got Stoner Corner.
Stoner Corner. Stoner Corner. Yeah, I had breakfast. The breakfast. That is my breakfast. I definitely love to wake and bake. I will smoke weed here or there. I will smoke weed everywhere. And when someone wants to take a picture and you're high as fuck.
Nailed
That
it.
always happens to me.
Nailed it. And you've got a fashion review here, right?
Fashion. Balenciaga is selling dirty outfits covered in holes for $5K.
Oh God.
I can get you one for like $5.
No thanks. I'll pass. And it is that time again. It is
Holly Weird.
Holly Weird. And let me see. What do we got here?
I kind of just did a medley of things like
She said medley.
medley. I did say medley.
Oh, there's Gary Busey.
See, he kicked off with the St. Patty's Day parade. Who the hell gave him a gun? Not a wise idea.
Not a wise idea.
Paul Sorvino got left off of the immemorial role. How rude of Hollywood. Are you kidding me? Nobody could live without Paulie from Goodfellas. And of course, Ray Liotta, he got honored with a star on the Walk of Fame. Too bad he's passed on. And Madonna hailed the hottest woman ever as she crawls on the floor in a corset and fishnet tights. No stranger to getting internet talking, the queen of pop was at it again when she took to her social media in a sizzling video of her crawling on the floor. Yeah, because that's what you guys need to see.
Yeah, well, it's getting hard to get up from that floor position at our age. So
It's on. I know. What is she, like 70 now?
Something
Come on, knock it off. Knock it off. You're not Cher.
I remember when this happened. Tell me about it.
I just brought this because I want to remind people the Howard Stern show ended her life. Dana Plato took her life after being humiliated on this show. She was just 34 years old. Here's a glimpse of her at her tragic life. This was an article, but yeah, go dive deep. And Howard Stern's a piece of fucking shit. And what he did to her caused her to go, unalive.
Jesse Ventura just said that he would be a good vice presidential candidate for him to run with.
Sure.
On the Kim Iverson show. And was he joking? I don't think so. I don't think so. Check out that clip, the Jesse Ventura clip over there.
I'm not a big Jesse fan. I was in 2016.
I was so disappointed with this interview. I wanted to like Jesse, but oh God, no more. I'm done. There we go. Petalwood is pleased, right?
Yeah, they are pleased because remember we reported on her torture art that she had just a couple of months ago, and there she is. Surprise! You win an Oscar. This is a message, dear singers and actors. We spend our hard-earned money to hear your music and to watch you pretend to be a character in a movie on TV. Your only job is to entertain us, to take us away from reality. Your personal opinions mean nothing to us. You are significant and influential only in your own minds and within the minds of your elitist peers. You are a marionette to us, nothing more. Sing, act, shut up.
Can you roll that up for me so we can shove it up Sean Penn's ass?
His ass, yeah.
Him and John Cusack. So we've got Julian Assange is here.
Just a reminder, in the entire history of WikiLeaks, never has had to retract one single story of fake news. Yeah.
People need to remember that. And you brought a Fee Says.
I did bring a Fee Says. You can go ahead and hit play on that. It shouldn't have any audio.
Okay.
I don't think we'll get punked because it doesn't have audio. Sophie says it's been 20 years since the death of Rachel Corrie at the hands of the U.S.-funded Zionists. 20 years since the deficient U.S.-led invasion of Iraq. 55 years since the U.S.-led My Lai massacre. And the ICC is a joke and condones war crimes and criminals while Julian Assange is still in prison. Hear, hear.
Yeah.
He is my Hunger Games Victor.
No, that was a good reface too, by the way.
That was a great reface. I love her as
for Fiorella. I don't think she'd be disappointed at all.
I don't think she would either.
We've got a terrific outro tonight. Tried to find some Tina Turner, but I could only find one good Tina Turner.
You got a good one.
And let me see. What do we got here? I wanted to say something. I don't remember.
Spit it out, man. Spit it out.
Spit it out. Yeah.
How's our chats doing?
I think they're doing good. You want to check the chat before we head on out of here with?
Yeah, let me say thank you to everybody who joined us over on the 14 of you watching on the Rumble. Oh, I think that might be an all-time, number topper. Thank you guys so much for hanging out over there, and everybody over on the YouTubes. Oh my gosh, Trailer Park Pundit. I love it when you guys hang out in the trailer park. And of course, Beauty and the Boomer. Thank you guys so much for joining us and chatting and being lively. Oh my gosh, somebody just hit us over on the let me see. On the Fin. Aram, thank you so much. Thank you for Saturday Night Live. Oh, thank you. You guys give us purpose every Saturday.
Yeah, thanks
right?
a lot.
I see Amber's hanging out. Busey, it's way hotter than Madonna. Yeah. Amber says Gary Busey's way hotter than Madonna.
Yeah, as long as he's not
doing crazy eye.
Doing the curb dive off of a motorcycle.
For sure. Just back from protesting, getting through the videos and photos. Okay, so Amber was out protesting today. Great. We'll have some stuff coming in from Amber. So check the feeds on the Twitter.
That'll be great. Amber, taxes tomorrow, or are you too tired? Let me know.
I know. I got to do taxes on Monday.
Yeah, that sucks. So what do we got coming up this week? We got Tuesday. You're going to be on Tuesday, right?
Trailer Park Pundit on Tuesdays. Of course, that's not uncensored. So I really am enjoying our shows on Friday because there are uncensored. So everything we can't say on YouTube, well, that we shouldn't say on YouTube.
Well, thanks for having me on.
Friday.
Thanks for having me on with you. I mean, I'm not a permanent show fixture. So if you have somebody else you want to bring on, I will definitely.
Oh, I know. You got some stuff coming up, so I'm planning for that. So yeah, you're just my guest co-host till you need a break, and then I'll find somebody else to come guest co-host on Friday morning.
If I'm available, I love coming on that show.
Oh, I love it too. It's
talk serious.
It's like B&B, but with a kick because we can say whatever we want.
Last thing, the outro's great, and last week we had covers, and YouTube just lost their shit, like I said, so I had to trim YouTube. I had to trim it out, and we decided that YouTube doesn't kind of think outside the box, so we ended up taking the whole show down on YouTube. The best place to watch us is on Rockfin or Rumble.
Always Rockfin or Rumble.
So if you guys can kind of keep an eye on us over there.
Comments.
And we hope you enjoy this outro. Shanda, it's been great. Did we get everybody shouted out tonight? Thank you so much.
I don't know. Somebody added something about me reading Pasta's comments. Is Pasta hanging out somewhere that I don't see? I love brother Pasta.
Pasta who? Oh,
Pasta.
Pasta, that guy. We may have missed. We
might have missed it.
Either that or he's being virtually droned, which wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either.
No. Anyway, thank you guys so much.
Great show.
Really
Fun
appreciate
night.
it. We had fun. Hope you enjoy this outro. I enjoyed making it. So have a great.
It's great. It's great.
Have a great evening, everybody. If you like Tina Turner, and of course.
He's here. Pasta's over in the Rockfin. Hi, Pasta.
Hi, Pasta. You got to call me tomorrow, Pasta, please. All right. Good night, Shanda.
Good night.
Can't make the same mistakes this time. We are the children, the last generation. We are the ones they left behind. And I wonder when we are ever gonna change. something we can rely on. There's got to be something better out there. Oh, yeah, love and compassion. Yeah, that day is coming. Or else our castle's built in the air. And our world going free, our world are gonna change. Living under the fear till nothing else remains. The children say we don't need another hero. We don't need to know the world. All we want is life beyond the Thunderdome. So what do we do with our lives? We leave only a mark. Will our story shine like a light, or end in the dark? Is it all or Hey, we don't need another hero. We don't need to know the world. All we want is life beyond the Thunderdome. The children say we don't need another hero. We don't need another hero. We want is life beyond the Thunderdome.